Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to try to do palmistry on Jordan. I got this little book that came with this little hand and a crystal, and so I thought we could record this as I try to learn how to do palmistry. So it is recommended that we use your dominant hand. So I'm going to first look at it with this light. Okay. Turn your hand this way. Okay. This way. Alright. So as we can see on this little hand here, if it's focusing I can't tell, but there's all these different lines, and so I'm going to use this as a guide to look at Jordan's hand. I didn't know these lines down here meant anything, but they do. I've got two of them, it looks like, but I can't tell if this one, I can't tell if this is the one they're referring to for the line of destiny or not, or if it's this first one. Or if it's this first one, but so yeah, I think this one is one of these, but I don't know what that one is unless it's this one here. But it's not shaped like that on the little hand. This is basically the same thing as that, but it tells us what each of the little symbols mean. So this one is Mercury. This one is the Sun or Apollo. This one is Saturn. That is Jupiter, and this one is Venus, and there's a moon somewhere, and that's the moon. So that's what it is. It is what it is. So this starts with the lifeline. Which is this one here. So that would be this one on your hand here. And I think they start here with it as it goes down. Oh, and it doesn't predict when you're going to die or how you're going to die. This is just, what does it say? the kind of life you will lead. So, I think that this would be a long lifeline. I would need physical examples, visual physical examples of a short lifeline, because I think even mine looks like that. So I don't know what otherwise looks like. So long indicates a healthy and a well-balanced person. So there's that. Now I would say, looking at it, can't tell where, if this is a fork off of it or if it just happens to connect to, what is that one? Or is this the line of destiny? What is that one? What is that one? Doesn't say in the book. Where's my picture of my hand? Oh, okay, that's the line of destiny, and the up and down. So that looks like it connects to the line of destiny. Okay. Not sure what that means, but we'll get there. So I would say it's deeper and then faint, and then here I'm kind of questioning if it goes deep again and then becomes faint as it disappears. But let's see, so it starts deep. This person is lucky enough to enjoy a smooth and easy life. I don't know about that, so let's see what faint says. This person likely suffers from low energy and perhaps is loath to take chances. Let's see what the internet says. No. Get out of here. It just says low energy. More than one lifeline. Oh gosh, you have more than one. It isn't curved, really. It's like, it is, but it isn't. It's like, more like, what's a trapezoid shape? Trapezoid. Okay. Don't think it's broken anywhere, but it does start off what I think they mean as chained, where it looks like it's woven. So chained, crisscrossing lines point to a double path. A double path. What could that mean? Maybe that your life could have gone one of two different directions or so. It's interesting. It starts like that here, and then it just becomes, I mean, faint but pretty solid. So, it's interesting. Multiples. Yeah, so that's if there's more than one. I mean, this is what I think of as forked, but I don't know if they mean like the end of it, like if the end of it decides to split or if it counts anywhere. Where's my... I think it just happens to, well, now that I look, I think it connects with, like I said, this line of destiny, but it also looks like it touches the health line. Unless that's your Apollo line. We'll see, we'll see. I don't know if there's anything else I have to say about your lifeline. Do you think that that resembles you somehow, though? That you had, like, possibly more than one life paths, and you got more, like, confident in what you were doing, or so it went down?
Yeah, because I started off with psychology, and then I chose social work, so it's like the same path, like passion, but two different pathways. Very similar, but like I changed my route after graduating with my bachelor's.
Okay. Alright. The heart line, which was this one. The love line. Determine the person's emotional state as well as the state of their relationship. Relationships, romantic and otherwise. Okay. So looking at this one, I would say it's not a deep line, but it's not a faint line either. Your hands have lines in them, but they're not like you know what I mean? You're kind of even. You're mid, is that what the kids say?
Yeah.
We got midlines. Let's see, first long. Well, I think it's as long as it can be in terms of how it goes across your hand, but it also kind of goes off there. What is overextended? How do you determine this? Okay, what else? Or short, which it's not short. Is mine overextended? Oh, look, mine goes like on the back of my hand pretty much.
That's what I was like. Mine kind of stops like here.
Yours is like midway.
But I think maybe overextended too means like if it's like further off, like where it could start, maybe?
So it says long is this person is balanced and open to their emotions and connections with others, but maybe a little dreamy. And then overextended says if the line reaches all the way across the palm, this person may have codependent tendencies.
All the way across?
Yeah, I think it means like if it goes all the way. Because if that's the line, it can only go so far. Oh, and it is kind of forked there. But I think the direction it flows is this way. So I don't know why.
So on the palm, it's not even like up in between the fingers.
For that one?
The heart line, yeah, it doesn't
Maybe they
start
don't
like
count,
here.
because mine's also, this is what I mean, I need to see other people's hands. I only know what my hands look like. Show me your hands. I guess it does stop sometimes. What heart line meaning? Yes, tell me exactly what it means. Visit. Tell me, Pinterest. What's the flow though of it? Maybe it starts here, because if the line, it looks like it always is at the end of the hand here and goes up this way. So let's see. I guess I would say on your hand that is deeper, and then it like forks off faintly and like becomes faint at the tail end there. So it's not short, not short. Deep. This person is stressed by their connections with others.
Wow.
Wow, it's like it's just reading you. It's
palm reading, that's what it's doing.
Instead of reading the book is reading you. Okay, not, well, as it goes, it faints, so this person doesn't place much importance on their emotions and relationships. So as your life goes on, you may care less and less about your relationships and emotions with other people.
Oh. That's not necessarily a bad thing, though.
That's true, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's like sometimes I'm hyper fixated on like no one being upset with me, that kind of stuff, where it's like
Yeah.
I kind of have to, I can't control other people.
Yeah. So yeah, eventually then you'll probably get to that point where you don't care as much about that. But I assume you're still going to hold people close. Otherwise, it's just cutting everyone off. Let's see, it is curved. Person is emotional and frequently intuitive.
I am very emotional.
So, check. Wavy. I don't think it's wavy at all. It's not broken. No, it's not broken. Forked though, as we go, you got a little one there. This person is practical and good at maintaining balance in their relationships. Well, it's at the clump coming to the end of the line, so maybe you'll get there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say many of my relationships are balanced right now.
But we're gonna get there. Now, is yours chained? Because mine is chained. Do you see the difference? Mine's like two that are like...
I mean, my line is kind of deep, but I wouldn't know if that's actually like chained or not.
No, I think yours is pretty straight, because mine, like, when you can see it's like loop, loop. Let's see. I read this last night when I was looking at my own hand. This person is easily hurt and may suffer from depression. And I was like,
yeah.
Okay, branches going up. If there are branches reaching up toward the fingers from the love line, this person's relationships are strong and healthy. So would that also be the fork, or is that not the fork? Branches. What's the difference between a branch and a fork?
Maybe a fork is just one, and like branches, there's multiple.
Is that another one coming off of it? That one looks faint if it is. You see what I mean? We'll read it anyway. Yeah, this person's relationships are strong and healthy. Well, this is kind of conflicting itself here. Now, you don't think you have any going down. This is simple, but it's nowhere near what yours was. Also, I don't know if I'm supposed to put this in your hand or what. It just came with it. So we're just gonna set that there for a second.
It doesn't say like on the first like page or something?
No, I don't think so. Just talking about calluses and scars and lumps and bumps and mountains and lions. Not mountain lions, but... The differences in the two heads are where you can find the soul, the truth. Oh no.
Oh, I guess you can see with this one, the difference for this.
Oh my god.
It doesn't go up and connect like
that one's
the
more
other.
straight than the other one.
Yeah.
Oh
So like this one is
God.
definitely curved, that one's more, and it stops.
My god.
Wow.
Alright, well they say if you only have time for one, you do the dominant hand. But we'll just peek at the other one when we're done with this, depending on how long this takes. 26 minutes. Okay.
Only on the second line.
We're on the third line now, Jordan. The headline. You gotta make headlines, Jordan.
Okay.
Also known as the line of wisdom. This line is not just about learning, but about the person's psychological makeup and their intuitive abilities.
Okay.
Do you have intuitive abilities?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's okay,
We'll
I
find
guess
out.
not, because I think you'd be in tune with your intuitive abilities. Okay. Well, the headline. That is the one that goes across. Back of the head.
Oh, this one?
This one goes that way. Oh, yours stops there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's begin. So because it connects to, what was that, your love line? Your lifeline. That was your love line. This is your lifeline. Connects to your lifeline there. That I would say,
That was
am I right?
heart line.
Heart, okay, same-ish thing. Is there a love line? Is that a whole separate line? I don't think so. Anyway, you look like you kind of have the chaining up there. So we'll note that. And then it looks deeper here, and then it goes faint. Okay, so let's see. I would not call it long because it stops. Yeah, it doesn't go like across the palm. Short. This person is deeply practical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Straight. Is it straight? I mean, that's pretty straight. It's definitely not curved like that one. Wavy. I wouldn't call that like ridiculously wavy. How it goes like that. So we'll straight. We'll look at the straight one. This person is realistic and pays close attention to detail. They may not have much of an imagination.
Mm-mm. I mean, I'm pretty straightforward with stuff, and
Yeah.
read it again.
This person is realistic and pays close attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
They may not have much of an imagination.
I have very good memory when it comes to certain stuff, so at work, like, I remember a lot of information and details about the clients and stuff, so imagination is kind of like, I would kind of consider myself black and white thinking, where it's like, I kind of need to know, like, what the plan is, and then if that's, like, not the plan, like, I'm instantly, like, my internship, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not able to get 16 hours each week. So it's like, I'm already thinking ahead and, like, being like, oh, I'm gonna fall behind. Whereas, like, I'm not, it's like, it's just very black and white thinking instead of, like, I'm trying to remind myself that I have time to make it up. But that was, like, my instant go-to. It's like, if I'm not getting 16 to 20 hours a week, like, I'm screwed, but that's not necessarily the case.
I see. Okay. So, like I said, I would say it starts deep and then it goes faint, so we'll read both of these. This person is sensible and has a good memory. Okay, check. Check. Faint. This person has trouble concentrating and has a tendency to daydream. So maybe, as your life goes on, you'll get a little
Less
dreamy.
uptight.
Yeah. you'll be able to relax.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping like after I graduate and so like that my life can kind of be like that, because schooling definitely doesn't help be like that, so.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think it's broken anywhere, but it might be forked there at the end. Are the branches, I still don't get it, are the branches just midline? Do they happen midline?
Look up what the difference between branches and forked mean for palm.
Okay, I guess I would call that like middle of it, where at the end it's like, that one's at the end.
Mm-hmm. So is it saying forked is like at the end when it, and then branches are like on the main line?
This one looks like it's got the 3, like a fork. What's a fish line? That's not in my book. Okay, anyway. Forked. I'm still confused.
I'm thinking fork is at the end because you know like when people are like fork in the road, it's like you get to a point and you either have to go that way or that way.
Yeah.
Branches are off of like the main line where like little lines can come off.
Okay. So forked for this one because it's very faint. I don't know if anyone watching is going to be able to see it, but it's faint there. So a forked headline is often called a writer's fork or a lawyer's fork. Someone with this marking enjoys debate, has an excellent imagination, and is a strong communicator. That's at the end of your line, though.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not there yet.
I'm not there. What I think is the end of the line.
Yeah.
Or maybe you were there if we're going backwards. I don't think it goes
I know
back.
I'm not a strong communicator when it comes to stuff, so.
Now we reach other things that I don't understand in this book, which are the mounts. Which, I think those are these. I think those are the mounts.
Because of what are these little symbols?
That's just to show you what finger is what. But, because like there's no really, I don't think that's a mount. Like, I think it's these random little things. Alright, this bump relates to love and passions. If it's present but not usually pronounced, this person is healthy, has positive relationships, and is moved by the beauty of the world. A missing Venus mount indicates that this person is not at all close to their family, while an elevated Venus mount may mean that the person tends to be self-indulgent.
But there's other lines on here that we didn't get through.
I know, I'm just moving along. I think they're just going in.
There's the
We'll go back
intuition line, health line,
Yeah, I think
Apollo
those are
line.
if they're not in there, we'll Google them. Okay, so what did I say? Jupiter.
No, we were on Venus.
Oh, Venus. Sorry. Venus. Come back to me, Venus. Oh, so it's just telling me if the present is loaded on page. Okay. Okay. Venus. Which is that. So I don't know. I think you need to like lay your hand flatter. Not like ridiculously flat, but like what is a mount?
Look it up.
What is a mount? How to identify mounts in palmistry. Palmistry.
To read notes.
Oh, yes. Accurate. What is that? Okay, it is those things.
Palmistry for idiots.
Palmistry for dummies. Okay. It shows me a picture where they are. So I think it is those things. But why do I have them between my fingers?
I
Or
do
is
too.
it this whole thing? Is it this? And then I don't have one here, and I don't have one here, and I don't have one here?
It looks like it's directly underneath, but everybody would kind of have.
No, because look, mine, I don't have anything here. It's like a divot. This one is the Jupiter. So Neptune. What? How do you read a Neptune when it's like just a big...
Neptune is in the middle of the palm.
Oh, the Venus. Are we on Venus?
Venus is
Yeah,
this
we're on
one.
Venus. Sorry. A Venus. I don't know. Because if you... Does it go away when you lay your hand flat? Like... We need the light. I don't know if anyone watching is going to be able to tell me. But I think I understand these ones. I think I understand these ones, it's just this one's kind of confusing. Let's say again. This bump relates to love and passions if it's present but not unusually pronounced. This person is healthy, has positive relationships, and is moved by the beauty of the world. A missing Venus mount indicates that this person is not at all close with their family. While an elevated Venus mount may mean that the person tends to be self-indulgent. Would somebody have a divot there? We're gonna skip Venus. I don't know what you're gonna say. Molly. Okay, Jupiter. Jupiter was that one. So lay your hand flat on the table, please. So I would say you do have it here, but it's probably not unusually pronounced. So let's see, this bump relates to the ego, to our sense of self and how we want to be perceived in the world. If it is present but not unusually pronounced, this person is compassionate, generous, and sees the world in a positive light. If it is elevated, this person may be a little self-centered and controlling. I don't think yours is elevated. If it is flat, this person may be lacking in self-confidence. I don't think it's flat, but it's not unusually pronounced either. Saturn. Okay, Saturn is the next one. So I would say it's divoted there. If anyone watching is able to tell me, let me know if I'm saying this correctly, but I think that one is divoted like mine. So this bump indicates the person's sense of duty and responsibility. If it is present but not unusually pronounced, then this person is friendly, independent, and responsible. If it is higher than usual, this person may suffer from depression and have a tendency to isolate themselves from others. Well, mine is wrong.
I was gonna say you're not looking at your dominant hand.
Oh, wow. I feel like it's more in there than it is on that side, though.
I don't know. No, I think it's there on this one. I don't think it's there on this one.
This one. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depression.
Show us yours. Depression. Not yours, I think it's the same on yours.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. So what do you say? Not higher than usual. I wouldn't say it's higher than usual. But lack of self-awareness. So if it's flat, this person has a lack of self-awareness and has a tendency to be disorganized.
That's not me.
Are you sure?
But what does it mean if it's on one hand and not the other?
I don't know. The book just said it. What was it? Look at the soul. The differences in the two hands are where you can find the soul, the truth. The truth. The truth. I guess we could Google that too. Apollo is the next one. Known as the Mount of the Sun, the Apollo Mount relates to self-assurance and self-confidence. If it is present but not unusually pronounced, this person is likely outgoing, willing to go with the flow, and not a pushover. If it is elevated, this person may tend to be jealous or otherwise envious of others. If it is flat, this person may be a bit shy and tends to be indecisive. That's not my dominant hand, though, but it's like
I don't know if mine's there or not.
Well, now it doesn't look like you have anything. Where did they all
Why do you
go?
want me to lay flat?
Don't go. You're like flat at the wrist. Flat at the wrist.
It's so uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
It is.
I would say it's present but not unusually pronounced. Outgoing, willing to go with the flow, and not a pushover.
I'm outgoing. I don't know if I'm
Willing to go with the flow.
Yeah. That's like my black and white thinking there. Sorry.
Mercury.
It's the last
Your hand's just flat. You have a lot of flatness on your palm.
one. I don't know how to control it.
I don't know how to control my flatness of my palm. Okay, this bump indicates our communication skills, including our ability to read and understand others. It is also... Did you just lift your middle finger at me?
No, I flattened my hand.
No. And
It looks
understand
unnatural.
others. And it also relates to our success in business and life. If it is present but not unusually elevated, this person is good at communication and is generally successful. But if it is higher than normal, this person may have a tendency toward greed. And if it is flat, the person may have trouble interpreting others' actions and social cues. I have a little something, something. Good at communication. I don't know about that.
Well, no, when it comes to certain things, like I know I have good communication, and like other times, like at work, I feel like I have good communication. But like sometimes with my boyfriend and with my friends, like there are times when I don't have good communication.
Yes.
It's like I could communicate that I'm not like in a good spot and want to be left alone, but I don't.
Would you say you're generally successful?
Yeah.
You don't seem excited about that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Generally. It says generally.
yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Okay. The Mount of Luna, which is the other one, this thing. I have to put myself this way. There. I guess you look like you just have like one
Big lump.
thing, yeah. Okay. The big lump. The Mount of the Moon relates to our intuition, imagination, and our creativity. If it is present but not unusually pronounced, this person is likely artistic and is drawn to nature, particularly to the sea. You like dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're drawn to the sea though. Odd. Okay. If it is elevated, the person might be a bit of a dreamer, lost in their own thoughts and fantasies. A flat luna mount does not necessarily indicate the person isn't imaginative, but rather that they may be unusually private and reserved. So is it flat or not? Because the flat one describes you.
I don't know. I feel like the flat
Is
one.
mine flat?
What did the flat one say?
Unusually private and reserved.
I mean, on both of my hands. They look
Okay, the
same.
minor lines. Here we go.
Huh.
We've gotten there. Apart from the lines and the mounts, there are minor lines and markings scattered across a person's palm. Not all of these will be present on every hand, but if you see them, they will inform your readings of the major lines and mounts. The Apollo line, which was this first little one off the heart line for those at home. Alright, also known as the sun line, with the same indications as the Apollo mount. If present, it may counter-indicate a missing Apollo mount or indicate an unusually confident and successful person. Okay, so there would be 3. So I think you have this one in the middle, and then you might. No, that looks like a fork off of something else. Where's
Oh,
this line?
That's not. The Apollo line is just one line. These are other lines now.
No, I know, but you don't have that one. So I'm trying to figure out which ones you do have. I think you have that middle one.
It looks like I have a small line here, but it's not like as.
But what is this? What is that? Where did that come from? Extra line.
That's probably a fork off of the can. You have a fork off of the line of destiny.
Yeah.
I think that might be a fork off of the line of destiny.
Where was your destiny line?
You're on it.
Oh. Where's the line of destiny? Oh, that big one. The big one. The big one. The big one.
Because it connects right here.
Oh. But then you have this one here though.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, this one is separate from this one. You have just that random one.
That
extra line. Okay, so what is that one then? The health line? Health line. Where is that on here? Okay, next page. Well, okay, we'll keep going this way. The rachette lines, also known as the bracelet lines. The length and depth of these lines indicate longevity. So this one seems pretty deep there. This one's faint. But I don't know what. And that one shows that you can have, I don't know how many. Longevity. I guess you're good. You got one deep long one there. What was the line of destiny? That big one in the middle? And this one. Does it connect to this? No, so this is just kind of. It gets faint. Your whole destiny line is faint. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, but you've succumbed to the line of destiny. Also known as the line of fate. If present, this line indicates that there may be some important obstacles the person must overcome in their life. Oh, it doesn't say anything about being dark or faint. It just says
if it's present.
if it's present.
Yep, there's definitely.
You don't
some
got the girdle of Venus, right? Oh wait, that's a different one. That's up somewhere up there. Off of the. I don't think you have it. I don't think you have that one. The health line is that one, right? That one that we said. If present, this person likely has skill in healing as opposed to being in good health, though that may be true as well.
I don't get sick very often, but I'm going into a profession of healing.
You don't have an intuition line, so I don't know what that means, but
What does the intuition line mean?
the intuition line, this person may possess psychic abilities or has trouble in crowds. Yeah, so you don't have one of those. Do you have it on your other hand? Or do you just have that health line still? Or none?
I don't know if I have the other. I don't know.
It's on my hand, I'm so sorry. That's a dog hair. Okay, get it off. It's a video. I think you have the one. Is that a beauty mark? Oh,
That's my hair.
yes.
Yep.
The palm says nothing about that. I think that's still the health one. Okay. What does chains? If a person's line frequently has chains in them, this indicates that some obstacles, challenges that have been or will be overcome. She just she wanted. It was one. Crosses or grills? Well, what's the difference between them? What is a grill? These indicate stress. What does that mean? I've got a lot of stress.
Does that mean when two lines cross? Well, no, because the lifeline and the headline connect.
Their lines ain't gonna move, so you're gonna be stressed your whole life. Oh gosh, the fray. No, fray. Oh, fray. When a line ends in a fray, it can indicate confusion or uncertainty. That's where it's got like multiple little ones hanging off at the end of it. Islands. Most lines have breaks in them. These are marks of a life well lived, but if a line has an island, that indicates a major break, a truly difficult period of time or incident. I don't think you have any of those.
Is an island where it like stops and then like starts again?
Yeah. Tridents or triangles. These are signs of a lucky person. Do you have any tridents or triangles? This, I don't know if this is considered a triangle here.
I was gonna say I just have one right there too.
You've got a more prominent triangle. And one there. Prominent, and that's the end of the book. That's the end of the book.
This one's big on here.
Oh my. This one, I have a curved triangle. Alright, well let's just compare the hands now. My tiny hand. My tiny quartz. Alright. So, like we said, this one, which was the heart line, is obviously straighter, and it kind of does the same thing that it did over here. Where that's a branch, though, I would say, where on this hand it forks That one kind of just like goes off of it, but this one's got like two that come right off of the line. And that one's pretty deep, but then also becomes faint. And then, what other differences? Well, I don't know if it's the lighting or so, but I can barely see the lines on his hand. Okay, yes. What was this one? Because this one's also straight.
That's the headline.
The headline. Ah. Okay. Where does it... The ones on this hand are very faint. Where is your other one? Where's your lifeline? You don't got a lifeline on this hand, Jordan. You're like this.
Oh, wow.
Your hand is lifeless.
You don't think it's this?
Is it?
Might be.
It's very, very faint, if anything.
Yeah.
It's near non-existent. It started off strong and deep. Yes, play with your sister. Okay. Started off strong and deep here, but then it really goes faint. What did that mean again? What did that mean for your faint? Yeah, that's what your other one said.
Hmm.
This person likely suffers from low energy and perhaps is loath to take chances.
Hmm.
It's pretty much the same, it's just fainter on that side. Okay. So yeah, it's a little chained there, but yeah, these lines on this hand are very faint. Your headline starts deep, but then goes faint. That's the heart. Trouble concentrating and has a tendency to daydream. I think we said that about your other one, but in my professional opinion, your hand has little to no lines on that side. They almost don't exist.
Yeah, I think the only prominent one is the heart line.
Yes.
Mm.
And that one is straighter on that hand. Yeah. This person tends to be somewhat passive.
I feel like that's very subjective. Like, I'm passive with certain things, but other things I'm not.
Regarding your heart and your relationships and romantic and otherwise.
Oh, then no.
You're not passive.
I'm not passive.
You're like, I'm not passive.
Like, passive means like letting things like go past you. Like,
Alexa, define passive. Sorry, I didn't catch that. What would you like me to define? Passive. Passive. As an adjective, passive is usually defined as not reacting visibly to something that might be expected to produce manifestations of an emotion or feeling. As a noun, passive is usually defined as the passive voice. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for passive.
it's like not reacting.
Not reacting with expected reactions. Like just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, then no. I'm not passive.
There are like no one. I just can't get over the fact that did somebody fart? I can't get over it. I can't get over how you have lines, but they're not like
distinguishable.
Yeah.
I think that's why they say like go with your dominant hand.
Prominent, dominant. Like.
Yeah. It's probably just me.
This hand has seen some things. These lines are deeper.
Yeah. Like this one is very deep and this one is very deep. But it doesn't go all the way.
My headline.
So your heart line and your headline, but your headline like becomes faint.
And
it forks.
It's forky. This one
So
does.
your heart line is deep. And it says that this person is stressed by their connections with others.
You got that right.
Which is very true for you. And I don't know if I would say that it's overextended.
It goes over.
And this means if it reaches all the way across the palm, this person may be have codependent tendencies, which is also true for you. It's not faint at all.
It has a thing coming off of it. That's not a separate one.
Yours is curved. So this person is emotional and frequently intuitive. It's not wavy. Did you say it for?
It's like I got a thing.
Like here?
Yeah.
That means this person is practical and good at maintaining balance in their relationships. That's why it's faint.
Wait, is it a branch then? Does it say anything about branches?
Branches going. But I think branches are like...
Well, because if that's not the end of it, and it goes like between my fingers. What does branching say though?
So this is branching going up towards the fingers from the love line. This person's relationships are strong and healthy. Again, that's why it's faint. And then this is your headline.
Making headlines, baby.
I'm tired.
I don't know why this one's so deep, because I love my Vinny so much.
Okay, your
my heart line is deep for you, Vinny.
Does it start at the same point as the lifeline?
Yeah, they go like...
Yeah. Okay, so this means you're a strong-willed person. Yours is not long. Yours is short. It like tapers off really, like over here. This means that you're deeply practical. Do you think that is accurate?
Yes and no.
And then I would say yours is pretty deep too.
And it's got that chain there.
The deep says that you're sensible and have good memory. Wow.
It depends what it is.
Yeah. When it comes to laundry, you're not. Would you say this is straight or curved? I would say it's probably curved.
Yeah.
You're idealistic, intuitive, and imaginative. Do you have any forks or branches? I think that's a branch.
Yeah, and then it forks at the end.
Okay, so you have a branch going down. There has been some struggle and or disappointment at some time in a person's life.
Yes.
That's very generic.
But it's true.
A forked headline is also called the writer's fork or lawyer's fork. Someone with this marking enjoys debate, has an excellent imagination, and is a strong communicator.
The imagination part is probably the truest.
Alright, let's look at your lifeline. Your lifeline is pretty clean.
Oh, thank you.
Like,
I think there's a branch there, and it might fork because it disappears here.
so yours is long, which means a long lifeline indicates a healthy and well-balanced person. I would say it's pretty deep. This person is lucky enough to enjoy a smooth and easy life. It's not chained. You don't have multiple ones either. You're thinking that it's forked down here?
Yeah, right there, and then there was a tiny little branch that comes
This one doesn't
off.
offer branches, so a forked mark marks a change in lifestyle, perhaps moving from the country to the city or changing jobs or having children, etc. So you changed your job. You're not really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if this whole thing is my line, that's closer to the end of my life.
Oh, so you're thinking like you may have another job change or like a job evolution?
Evolution. I'm evolving. Maybe.
I'm not looking at your mounts.
My mountains. But I don't know if these are the mounds. Or if
Someone will have to educate us on that one. On the mounds.
because these things stick up, whatever those things are, they do.
I don't know if yours is.
Feel it.
I would say it's like there but not pronounced.
If I do this, does it help?
This person is healthy, has positive relationships, and is moved by the beauty of the world.
I must have one then. No.
So for your Jupiter one, I would say that it's present. I would say this is present, this one's present, lacking, present.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just your Saturn one that's missing. So
Saturn.
this bump relates to the ego, to our sense of self and mate, and how we want to be perceived in the world. If it is present but not unusually pronounced, this person is compassionate, generous, and sees the world in a positive light. I would say that yours is like not pronounced. It's not like elevated or anything. That one's iffy. I can't tell if it's there or not. Because like the way that you had your finger, like it makes it look like it's not there. Like
It's
that
not
one.
there on this hand.
Let's see what it says if you're missing your Saturn and Apollo. If it is flat, which I think it is. If it is flat, this person may lack self-awareness and have tendency to be disorganized. For your Apollo one, it's flat as well. This means that you're a bit shy and tend to be indecisive. Your Mercury one is there, but I wouldn't say that it's like overly pronounced. This person is good. Excuse me. This person is good at communication and is generally successful. I don't know about your Luna.
My Luna.
I mean,
I don't
it says that if it's not elevated, so I think yours is elevated.
Is it?
It relates to our intuition and our imagination and our creativity. This person is likely artistic and is drawn to nature, particularly to the sea.
The sea.
You are very artistic and stuff, so.
Drawn to the sea. Do I not? I have little lines. That one.
I think that's the health line too.
That might only that. I have faint ones on that hand. But I think I only have the one. Squeak.
You actually might have the Apollo line. It looks like it connects the heart line and the head line, and you have one right here.
Faint. What does that mean?
The Apollo line is also known as the sun line. The same indications as the Apollo mount. If present, it may indicate a missing Apollo mount, or indicate an unusually confident and successful person.
Oh, is that this one?
The Apollo mount is that one, yeah. And then
Mount.
you have the health line. Likely has skill in healing, as opposed to being in good health, so that may be true as well.
Yeah. Interesting. The little thing in the back. Interesting, very interesting. So I may eventually do more with this. I just wanted to experiment with it, and maybe I'll pick up how to read a little bit better at some point. But as of right now, if I do any more of these, it'll just be like reading through this book and the internet and learning. So this was interesting. And if you like hand attention or hand tracing, whatever, you know, hopefully this provided you with that. And I hope you are able to relax. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Bye.